The sun bathed the public garden in a soft, golden glow on a flawless spring afternoon, where vibrant flowers bloomed in a riot of color, and the air carried the sweet scent of fresh petals and newly cut grass. It was the perfect setting for a wedding, a place where nature's beauty framed one of life's most cherished moments. Rows of white folding chairs lined the manicured lawn, adorned with delicate floral arrangements that swayed gently in the breeze. Guests, dressed in their finest, murmured quietly, their anticipation blending with the soft chirping of birds and the rustle of leaves. The atmosphere hummed with a tender excitement, the kind that surrounds two people about to vow their lives to one another. At the heart of the scene stood the bride, Emily, her smile radiant and her eyes sparkling with a mix of nerves and joy. Her dress was a thoughtful choice. White lace draped elegantly over her frame, with a flowing skirt that brushed the grass and a neckline that was modest yet flattering, revealing just a hint of décolletage. It struck a perfect balance between tradition and modernity, reflecting her personal style and the care she'd poured into every detail of the day. Beside her stood the groom, James, his face alight with happiness as he gently held her hands. The officiant began speaking, and the guests leaned in, the quiet rustle of programs mingling with the distant laughter of children playing nearby. It was a day brimming with promise, unfolding under an open sky. Unbeknownst to the joyful gathering, a woman named Linda wandered through the garden, her steps purposeful yet casual along the winding stone paths. Linda wasn't dressed for a wedding. Her faded floral blouse clashed with the springtime vibrancy, and her worn jeans hinted at indifference to the occasion. She carried an air of self-importance, as if the world owed her deference. As she neared the lawn, her eyes caught the cluster of chairs, the white fabric, and the small crowd. Curiosity sparked, and without hesitation, she veered toward the ceremony, ignoring the event coordinator's polite request for guests to remain seated and respect the moment's sanctity. Linda had no invitation, no connection to Emily or James, and no reason to be there beyond a fleeting interest that quickly morphed into entitlement. As the couple exchanged vows, Linda's gaze locked onto Emily's dress. Her lips tightened into a disapproving line. What others saw as elegant and tasteful, Linda deemed an offense. The neckline, modest by most standards, struck her as scandalous, an affront to the sanctity of marriage. Her mind churned with judgments, and without regard for the moment's gravity, she decided to act. "Excuse me." Linda's voice cut through the garden, sharp and commanding, halting the officiant's words and startling the guests. "How can you wear something so immodest at a wedding? Don't you have any respect for tradition? For decency?" Emily's smile faltered, and gasps rippled through the crowd. James's face tightened, his hands squeezing Emily's in reassurance. The officiant paused, eyes wide, as the joyful atmosphere shifted to unease. Whispers spread, and the serene garden suddenly felt claustrophobic. Emboldened by the attention, Linda stepped closer, her voice rising. "This is a sacred moment, and you're standing there flaunting yourself. A bride should be modest, covering up, showing respect for your family and guests. This isn't how a lady behaves." Tears welled in Emily's eyes, not just from shock, but from the deep hurt of being publicly shamed on her wedding day. Guests shifted uncomfortably, some reaching for tissues, others exchanging horrified glances. A few stood, ready to intervene, but the event coordinator swiftly moved toward Linda, signaling for calm and trying to restore order. Linda, oblivious to the pain she caused, continued her lecture. Nearby children whispered about the woman ruining the party, while elderly guests exchanged knowing looks, recalling simpler times. Photographers hesitated, unsure whether to capture the chaos or the couple's resilience. The garden, once a haven of peace, now hosted an unexpected confrontation. Despite efforts to reason with her, Linda remained defiant, convinced she was upholding morality. Her criticisms grew louder, as if she alone held the standard everyone else had forgotten. The ceremony, poised to be a testament to love, was now overshadowed by her intrusion. As the sun dipped lower, casting long shadows, the day's joy hung in the balance, tested by a stranger's demand for conformity. The officiant, a calm presence, faltered briefly under the weight of Linda's interruption. The crowd sat in stunned silence, the rhythm of the vows broken. Emily, still holding James's hand, looked at Linda with a mix of hurt and disbelief, her eyes glistening. James's grip tightened, grounding her amidst the chaos. Guests' expressions ranged from confusion to anger as they grasped the situation's gravity. Linda, undeterred, escalated her tirade, demanding Emily change her dress to restore decency. Her arguments invoked family values and tradition, as if the garden were a moral battlefield. Guests murmured objections, some urging Linda to respect the occasion, while others waited for the organizers to act. The tension thickened, turning the picturesque setting into a charged arena. Emily's bridesmaid, Sarah, stepped forward with determination, politely but firmly asking Linda to leave. A diplomatic guest, Michael, reminded everyone of the day's purpose, urging respect for the couple. But Linda's fervor only grew, accusing the attendees of enabling an affront to societal norms. Her presence drew curious onlookers, including park visitors unconnected to the wedding. Garden staff, trained to handle disruptions, approached Linda with calm authority, asking her to stop and leave. She resisted, insisting she had a duty to speak out. Her refusal prompted the staff to call security, signaling the situation's seriousness. Security officers, experienced in diffusing conflicts, explained that the wedding was private and her behavior inappropriate. Linda doubled down, accusing them of complicity in Emily's offensive attire, her voice echoing shrilly. As security escorted Linda away, her protests continued, filled with indignation and threats to expose Emily online, claiming her actions would awaken others to eroding values. The guests, united in support of the couple, ignored her. Emily, regaining composure, exchanged grateful glances with her loved ones. James offered quiet reassurance, their bond unshaken. The officiant resumed, his voice weaving love and commitment back into the day. Guests responded with warm smiles and applause, their spirits lifting. Photographers captured the couple's renewed intimacy, the breeze carrying the scent of blossoms as nature affirmed their union. The ceremony reclaimed its joy, a testament to resilience. In the aftermath, guests reflected on the incident. Many admired Emily's grace under pressure, acknowledging the challenge of maintaining composure. Others lamented Linda's entitlement, sparking discussions about boundaries and respect in public spaces. The event coordinator emphasized the importance of decorum, thanking guests for their patience and ensuring no further disruptions. As the ceremony concluded with the exchange of rings, the mood shifted to celebration. Emily and James shared a tender kiss, sealing their vows amid applause and laughter. The garden became a place of connection again, the reception filled with music, toasts, and joy. Despite the turmoil, the day reclaimed its promise, proving love's strength. Linda's intrusion spread beyond the garden, fueling social media debates about etiquette and boundaries. Emily addressed the incident with grace, emphasizing love's importance over judgment. Her words resonated, inspiring conversations about empathy and resilience. The story became a cautionary tale about entitlement and a celebration of love's endurance. As twilight deepened, the reception unfolded with energy. The couple's first dance symbolized triumph, their smiles unburdened. Toasts echoed admiration for their strength, weaving narratives of hope. The garden, once a stage for conflict, now testified to love's resilience. Guests lingered, sharing stories and perspectives, while Emily and James moved among them, radiant with gratitude. As stars emerged, the event closed with fulfillment. Linda's disruption, though unwelcome, sparked connection and reflection. The wedding became a narrative of strength, highlighting the importance of boundaries and community support. It celebrated the courage to be oneself and the power of love to prevail.